The myth is it's expensive. Why will a technology that gives you savings for 25 years be expensive? Right? Think about it. Do you ever say, ang mahal naman ng kotse, ang mahal naman ng bahay, right? Hindi eh. Ba't masasabihin mahal ng solar? When as soon as you install it, it starts coming back to you. What you just spent yesterday, as soon as the sun shines, is coming back to you in the form of savings. And in many of these systems, your ROI is 5 years. In 25 years, 5 times ka nag-ROI. You don't just get it back. You get it back 5 times. Hello everyone, I'm Koji Bulahan, Country Sales Manager of SolarEdge, and you're tuned into Power Podcast.
Welcome to Power Podcast. This is a channel where you can listen to in-depth discussions of issues relevant to the Philippines energy sector. Power Podcast is a production of Power Philippines, the only online publication in the country dedicated to covering energy development across the archipelago. We cover all news and issues that spark meaningful conversations among members of our growing online community. We share the belief that sustaining the growth of the energy sector is vital to the growth of the country itself. Welcome to the Power Podcast, where we bring you stories of leadership, innovation, and transformation from the people driving the Philippine energy transition. Solar energy is no longer just cutting costs or going green. It's about protecting power. As solar becomes part of our critical infrastructure, safety and cybersecurity are now just as important as efficiency. In this episode of the Power Podcast, we sit down with Koji Bulahan, Country Sales Manager of SolarEdge, to talk about how intelligent inverter technology is transforming the way solar systems are designed, monitored, and protected. From preventing rooftop fires to defending against digital threats, Koji explains how SolarEdge smart and secure solutions give businesses the confidence to go all in on renewable energy without compromising safety or performance. Because in today's connected world, powering your business isn't enough. You have to protect it too. Koji, thank you very much for accommodating our
Yes,
request.
glad to be here.
Thank you.
Beautiful
and
studio.
Thanks. Koji, before we start with yung interview proper, we really want to get to know you better.
Sure.
And your journey before ka mapunta sa SolarEdge. So, can you share with us your journey, your professional journey before
Yes.
your stint here in SolarEdge?
Sige. Yeah, I love talking about this because I feel like the power industry found me, right? I kind of stumbled into it when I applied to Solar Philippines almost over 10 years ago. And I was starting as a sales rep. Basically, I was knocking on residential doors to offer solar to them. After 5 years with Solar Philippines, I ended up managing the entire rooftop division, focusing on residential and small and medium enterprise solutions. So from that, I had a solid base and a good network within the industry. And we were all very excited na solar is getting more affordable, right? We need to bring this to more people. And then I moved to a company called NG, which is a French developer. Parang Meralco sila ng France. Mm-hmm. And they were offering large CNI solutions in the Philippines. So I helped them a bit, found some customers for them as well prior to the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, I helped at home for a while, as many of us and our kababayans did. But when I got back, it was actually a unique hat in recruitment. Mm-hmm. So I spent almost 2 years with Aeneas Furcroft, which is a global London-based talent and recruitment firm. And naging kliyente ko yung maraming companies in the industry. So since then, actually, many people have seen me as sort of like an HR in the industry. Kasi nga, when people want to look for new work, want to get into the industry, and also when employers are looking for certain candidates, they usually ask, "Oh, Coach, do you have
so
some people
ikaw ang top referrer pala
parang
ng
ganyan.
industry.
Parang ganyan. And yun nga, parang I realized lately lang na, ang dami ko na palang network sa LinkedIn. I think I have over 10,000 connections already. So I was like, Okay, pwede kayong i-monetize yan.
Koji knows the best of the best in the
Yeah,
industry.
but really, and it has become a passion to sort of place the right people in the right places and organizations to move and accelerate the adoption of RE in the Philippines. So after that, I set up a small rooftop business also, helped set up for Aboitiz, and then now I'm with SolarEdge. So what I've really seen is there's really a lot of demand for fresh talent and energy into the RE sector. There's a lot of veterans, there's a lot of experts already, but there's still 2 decades more of development to go before every rooftop has a solar panel. And we need the best and brightest to also consider this industry. So that's a shout out for for people thinking of their careers. Solar and renewable in general is a great place to build a career.
Koji, why should we look at solar not just as a source of clean power, but as a critical infrastructure for businesses and communities? Even yung sa home
Yes,
installations.
good question. So it's a critical resource because it's energy, right? So imagine all the power plants, right? They are producing energy from very far away, and we have to transmit them to your home or to your office. Solar is essentially a power plant on your roof, right?
Yeah.
For rooftop solar. So you have to be careful in selecting where you get those materials, how it's installed, how it's designed, because it's a potential hazard, right? It's a potential pain, di ba? For us to consider, nako, what if it malfunctions? What if it stops providing energy? Or what if it becomes a hazard pa to other people or the infrastructure itself? So yeah, it's very important to think of it as an asset to deliberate and think about before purchasing or before installing.
So, ano ba yung mga biggest or businesses risk when safety and security are overlooked in solar systems?
Okay, so safety and security is critical, right? So I guess starting from the context of typically businesses get into solar for savings,
Yeah.
correct?
Oo.
Gusto nilang makatipid sa kuryente, right? Sometimes, and I see this more often also in the Philippines because we're still a young market figuring it out, no? Sa sobrang gigil or excitement to save, the cost of the system is what they're looking at. Pababaan na ng cost, right? But when you think about it, especially for businesses, the solar naman is not your core business, right? You're doing some other thing like FMCG or you're a hospital or something else, right? That's where you're getting most of your money. Therefore, solar is an additional way to save.
Yeah.
So, for it not to risk affecting your core business, you want to get the best quality and the safest materials and the best installation process para hindi siya maka-interfere sa already growing business mo. So I think that's the better mindset rather than lowest cost. So yon. And when lowest cost is the driver, nakakalimutan na hey, improper installation can result in arc faults or fires even. Low quality devices can result in high hazardous voltage on the roof na pwedeng makakuryente ng tao. Yun, in the case of calamity, there were recent floods and earthquakes, diba? In the Philippines, is the system able to manage that? Because if not, diba? I think that's a basic question. It's not like lowest cost and then nice to have yung safety.
Yeah.
Baliktad eh.
Oo.
Safety first, security first, then you optimize for cost. Maybe after the priority parang features are checked.
Koji, you already mentioned yung mga calamities. So kasi ang Pilipinas, we have high electricity costs, and also we have we're very frequented by storms,
Yes.
typhoons, diba? How do these factors shape our approach to safe and resilient solar installations?
Okay, so yeah, we have to take geography into account whenever we install our solar system now. Of course, for Philippines, it's actually very positive because we get a lot of sunlight. In a year, we only have 2 seasons, 'di ba? So
The hot and hotter.
the hot and hotter or the hot and so wet. Sobrang important that our installations are ready for these types of occurrences na they're becoming more and more frequent due to climate change as well. So it's important to have safety features built in and also warranties. I would say that make sure or that signal to the market that what you're buying will last for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, and 25 years. So that's actually the quality that I would like to see installed in the Philippines. Kasi it doesn't make sense to get short-term rooftop solutions that might compromise or might break down or might even cause damage in these times of calamity.
Sa industry standards ba, gaano katagal dapat ang warranty? Yung pinakamagandang...
Yeah, so like for our products, baseline is 12 years for the inverter. But for several products in the market right now, 5 years is the standard. Right? So that's okay, I would say. But of course, why is the warranty only 5 years? That also reflects that the manufacturer is only willing to assure the lifetime na 5 years. So number one, there's a cost implication. If you're a buyer, you have to consider, okay, 5 years in warranty, so I must assume na after 5 years, papalitan ko siya. So there's a cost, right? But there's also a safety concern, right? Because let's say I am the engineer of this company, tapos may pumalit sa akin within 5 years, hindi niya alam na 5 years lang yung warranty ng inverter. Pinalagpas niya, right? And then some sort of calamity comes in, some sort of issue comes in that can cause maybe not naman fire, but let's say nag-down yung system, right? How can the continuity of the business rely on solar as a secondary to their core business, right? You want to, all things secondary to the core business, you want to make it run smoothly for as long as possible. That's my mindset na if we want to make solar popular and accelerate adoption, everybody should understand that it's generally a safe and reliable technology as long as we don't opt for the lower quality providers.
How about sa solar panels? Ano bang gaano katagal ang
Usually
warranty?
solar panels 25 years na ngayon.
25 years.
Yeah.
So, mas matagal-tagal.
Yeah. So parang you're assuming for usually for one panel or for one set of panels, maybe 3 to 4 times ka nag-replace ng inverter. So with our product, you can even extend the warranty to match the panels. So yun, biglang
Sorry,
okay.
paano mo ma-extend yung warranty?
So with SolarEdge, so I can't really speak for all the brands now, but with SolarEdge in particular, you can extend the warranty for a fee, where we will extend it from our typical 12 years for the inverter. It will become 20 or even 25 years. It's your choice, diba? Para kung ano yung panel expectation, ganun din yung inverter expectation. If our inverters fail within those 25 years, we will replace. Diba? So now your cost today to buy the system is fixed. You don't have to ask, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, isa pang cost. Right? So mas madali yung math. Right? So both for businesses and for homes as well. So yun, since we are basically a US company, right? The US standards that apply to our products, we benefit from here in the Philippines.
Koji, there are 2 risks kanina na mention mo na that most people, most households, most businesses, they don't know about. One is fire, and then number 2 later we'll discuss in cybersecurity. But let's discuss first
Sure.
fire fire risk. So fires in PV systems are rare. Hindi naman sa ganun,
Yeah,
di
hindi
ba? Hindi
naman.
naman natin masyadong nababalitaan,
Yeah.
but doesn't mean na hindi siya nangyayari.
Yes.
Di ba? And di rin ibig sabihin nun we shouldn't be parang prepared
Yes.
or iniisip natin yun when buying mga solar systems natin.
Yes.
Because they can be devastating. So what usually causes them and why are traditional systems more vulnerable?
Generally speaking, again, solar is a safe, proven, many years, multi-decade technology. But again, when it does happen, you're not just talking about the rooftop. Kasi ano yung nangyayari sa loob? Factory ba yan? Pabrika ng ano? May mga goods under there in the warehouse. So it could really cost a lot of damages. So again, for businesses to really invest properly in solar, it's great for them to mitigate the risk. That's the business owner's mindset. And I would advise that also for the homeowner. Diba? Least risk na lang para hassle-free yung solar experience natin. But yun nga, fires can cause interruption in operations, and they are usually caused by one of two major factors, which is, of course, the installation. The way it was installed is it by a professional PV installer, photovoltaic technology installer? Mahigpit ba yung pag-tighten ng mga wires? So it's really more of those details in terms of quality of installation, where loose connections are often cited as the reason for what we call electric arcs, which are high voltage arcs that can cause fires, right? So aside from the installation, meaning the people, the human element na kailangan natin ng training sa industry, kailangan natin ng mahuhusay na installers, and we need to certify them, etc. There's also the actual component, right? If the component, again, closer to the panel or the wire itself is of poor quality, then it can cause fire also. So currently, the traditional design of inverters, we call that string inverters. The panels are arranged in a series or a string, right? And every panel, the output of each panel comes into that string and adds the voltage up. So high voltage na yung connecting string. So kung may loose connection doon, that can cause a fire, right? So yeah, maybe later we can talk about the solution of SolarEdge to that. Pero that's one. So you can even cite prior to installation, sa design pa lang, right? When the electrical engineer is laying out the panels, is he informed or is it a priority to keep safety in mind? Right? Para sa design process pa lang, okay, if safety is the priority, if the operations of the business under the roof is the priority, then what technologies can I put to ensure that the fire risk is reduced? Yun.
You talked about kanina mga yung installers.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi kailangan ng certification
Yes.
yan para alam mo.
Mm.
So kunyari, yung mga ordinary households, gusto ko magpa-install. Ano bang kailangan kong hanapan?
Wow, that's a good
Hanapin
question.
from the electrical engineer or from the installers. Ano bang mga certification? Paano
Right.
ensure ko na alam talaga nitong taong to?
Yeah.
Kasi we've heard of a lot of RE companies, solar companies who yung CSR nila is training
Yes.
people to how to install.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Which is
Oo,
great.
oo.
So, ano bang mga
Yeah,
considerations?
so there's a bunch of the ecosystem of training in the Philippines is also fascinating, no? And it's still evolving. May mga TESDA courses. There are groups like New Energy Nexus that they really create trainings. There are, as you said, EPCs and installer companies that have their in-house training. So right now, in terms of certification across the board, dun pa tayo nagkukulang, right? But at least specific to the materials they use, ideally, they are certified by those materials providers. For example, with SolarEdge, we have an online course. May LMS kami. Everything's online. Our installers can log in and they have, okay, this is for a beginner's training, expert training, and then myself, my team, and even our distributor here provides like an hands-on training, right? And then we certify. So at least for SolarEdge, right? Kung SolarEdge yung ikakabit nila, certified na sila sa technology na yon. So I think that's a good route to take in terms of asking. Kasi number one, syempre, the company itself that's installing might have been around for a while, 5 years, 7 years, pero yung mismong installer baka bago lang.
Yeah.
Right?
Oo.
So I think it's a good practice for buyers of solar to look into that. Na parang, are your installers certified? And let's say if there are gaps in the way it was installed, is there something that I can bank on? Let's say sa proposal or sa agreement, pwede ko ba siyang balikan na back job to, kailangan mong balikan to kasi hindi tama yung pag-install.
Kasi I would suppose businesses are more careful. Kasi,
Yes.
It's a big investment,
That's
di
true.
ba?
Yeah.
Tapos yung risk ka, at saka yung negosyo nila will depend on that.
Yes.
Pero kasi, in terms of households,
Yeah.
baka medyo mas may leeway magtipid-tipid, di ba?
Yes.
Katulad nga nung sinabi
Correct.
mo kanina,
Correct.
may dito sa lugar na to, medyo may mga, anong tawag?
Yeah, parang maraming DIY,
Yes,
do it yourself,
oo, yes.
mom and pop shops that
Oo.
they take it upon themselves to study the technology. Maybe
Yeah.
they take online courses as well.
Oo.
Pero kailangan talaga sana may engineer. 'Di ba? Parang medyo basic 'yon, but sadly there are some groups or sometimes not even registered groups of people that offer services for installation na walang electrical engineer. And then of course on the ground there's what we call PV technician, yung mismong installer taga-kabit ng mga cables, ng panels and ng inverters na ideally we can do our due diligence then na may nakabitan na ba kayo before? Do you have project references? Ganyan. Pero certification talaga is one of the things, even the association sa PSEA, we're also trying to rally for na some sort of unified reference point for quality for rooftop installation. So that one is still in the works, but I'm optimistic that a lot of us are thinking of that. And really, we want that kasi every incident, 'di ba, na poor installation affects the consumer's
Yes.
perception of the
Oo.
technology.
Correct.
Nadadama yung buong solar pag may isang
May
incident,
incident lang.
fire
Oo.
or improper installation.
Correct. And then, kasi, yung solar has come a long way.
Yes.
Diba? So, pag mayroong isang incident na that's related to a solar installation, backslide naman lahat ng pinaghirapan
Yes.
nyo, diba?
And that impacts, of course, the installer, yung reputation nila, but also the business.
Yeah.
Let's say, nagkasunog yung isang high-profile retail shopping mall or center, right? Bakit?
Yeah.
Diba? Damay sila doon. May reputational consequences. Yung overlooking the risk, physical safety and risk.
Okay. Ito na. So, kanina, you already discussed yung mga risk, yung fire risk. Pero, SolarEdge, may edge kayo.
Yeah.
Kaya nga
Yes.
pala SolarEdge. May edge ang SolarEdge. How do SolarEdge built-in technologies, if you can explain to us yung Safe DC, Sense, Connect, and AFCI, how can they
Right.
detect and prevent this risk in real time?
Thank you for that question. So, Safe DC is, well, let me backpedal a bit. No? So, SolarEdge is the pioneer in what we call MLPE, which is module level power electronics. Traditional inverter systems typically are describe ko kanina yung one string tapos one inverter sa baba. So, SolarEdge invented what is called the power optimizer. So there is a device that's closer to the panel that is the first receptor of the output of the solar panel. So maraming benefits doon, but one of them is safety. So safe DC allows the optimizer to lower the DC voltage from that point going down to the inside the house. So that's huge, and that was actually advocated in the US by the fire department ng US. Diba? Kasi typically when there's like an earthquake or a flood and there's a solar panel installation up there, you need to stop it from being a hazard, right? But as long as there's power flowing through that line, that's high voltage line, and kunyari may nasusunog, even the firefighters, they're advised not to stay, not anymore to go up. Kasi pinapatay mo nga yung sunog pero nakuryente ka naman. Right? Diba? What's the point? So safe DC lowers the DC voltage to very safe, like 1 volt per optimizer. So really safe levels where other people can work in those conditions, even despite, let's say, disconnection from the grid, or nag-off yung inverter sa baba, or yun nga, some sort of calamity. So for first responders, that's huge. And even for system owners and, let's say, technicians on the ground or personnel on the ground. So that's safety DC. And then there is AFCI. AFCI naman has become a standard. No? It's the arc fault circuit interrupter, where pag na sense na nung inverter na okay, may anomaly, mamamatay siya. Right? Magsa-safe safe mode siya. But that's detection. That's something that happens after an arc has happened, like an electric arc.
Ano yung electric arc?
So electric arc happens when there's a loose connection or some sort of gap or exposed part of the wire na hindi siya diretso nag-flow through the wire. So biglang the electricity connects. Yeah. It finds a way to connect through the gap, but then it creates this very hazardous electrical arc. Para siyang lightning na it's very it even looks sci-fi when you see something in real life. Whoa, pwede pala yun. And that causes the fire. So AFCI system is what detects that has happened. Now, Sense Connect, which is particular to SolarEdge, is actually a thermal sensor in the optimizer that detects when the wire is heating up pa lang. Wala pa yung arc. So now it becomes prevention. So other inverter brands might have the detection, nangyari na, but now we see SolarEdge, pag na-detect pa lang niya na umiinit, mamamatay na siya. So it's preventing the arc, hindi before it happens.
So sa EFCI, kahit lahat meron nun? Because it's a standard.
It's a standard, but even then, it's a standard, hindi pa rin lahat meron.
Okay.
I just can't name all the inverters that have complied, of course, but for us, basic yun, complied tayo.
Alamin ko nga.
Yeah. But I think dapat meron. So yun, and then Sense Connect. So those are the safety features at the device level, meaning the physical safety of SolarEdge products.
Can you share a real-world example where these features made a measurable difference in protecting people or property?
Yeah, so I can't parang disclose the actual cases, but because of the rapid shutdown feature, so basically, the context of this is the Philippine laws usually reflect the American electrical safety laws. Okay, and in the US, standard yung dapat may rapid shutdown yung mga devices na connected sa solar. Rapid shutdown means in the event of a power outage, the voltage on the DC side is reduced to a safe level. Right? So there was an incident where another third-party device was used. And because hindi compatible yung rapid shutdown device na yun sa inverter, hindi siya nag-work ng tama. So there was already a fault, or there was already a reason to shut down the system, but it didn't shut the system down. So when there is multiple different solutions and installers integrate different brands, for example, to try to comply to the law, to try to be safe, 'di ba? Parang maganda yung objective. But they aren't able to, again, be certified, or they don't know the limitations of these other technologies na third party. Pag nag-fail siya, they had to replace the whole thing. So the cost, it's more of a cost. Thankfully, hindi siya naging disastrous incident, right? But the system owner had to instruct the installer to replace all of the devices with another brand. So yeah, that's one example where I would say sayang, kasi if you designed it integrated from the start, and basically SolarEdge, kasi you don't need to have a third-party rapid shutdown device to comply. It's built into the optimizer na. So it's one ecosystem. So parang, let's say, you're an Apple user or an Android user. It's yung Apple ecosystem mo, that's already, all the solutions and all the parts are on the same software platform. So they communicate easily, walang tinatawag na crosstalk. So hindi nako-confuse yung system. Is it may failure na ba? Wala pang failure? Shutdown na ba? Or tuloy lang? Right? So there's less chances for that to happen with an integrated solution.
Yung rapid shutdown, nangyayari ba yun pagka yung kanyari may bagyo or earthquake?
Yeah. So, syempre pag may nangyari sa labas ng metro mo, meaning at the line side, diba, nawala ng kuryente, automatically, yung inverter mo typically mag-shut down. But, traditional inverters, when they shut down, the panels, as long as sunlight is hitting the panels, they're producing energy in the wires. Right? So, hindi man siya kino-convert into AC, it's live. That's a live wire. So you need a device closer to the panel to mitigate that, to turn it off, so to speak, from the DC side. So yun, rapid shutdown is still a law in the Philippines right now. It's required and mandatory for rooftop installations. And it just so happened that SolarEdge complies with that, right, through our certification. Because it's, again, the laws are based in the US. And we pass those certifications, we are also compliant here without the need for other devices. So, other inverter brands, ang solution nila doon kasi, sige ma'am, bilhin mo yung inverter namin, tapos bili ka pa ng rapid shutdown device from another brand. And they usually recommend 1, 2, or 3 brands para ikaw na lang pipili. So, again, yung simplicity rin ng shopping experience, di ba? Kung SolarEdge may built-in
hindi na tingi-tingi.
Hindi na tingi-tingi. So, and then, yun nga, yung communication ng device na yun sa inverter mo, isang language lang. Hindi siya yung, iba pa yung wiring niya, iba pa yung wiring dito. So, yun.
We already mentioned yung fire risk. Ito, actually, this is new information to me, actually. When I was doing my research, sabi ko, okay, pwede pala to. Posible pala to.
Yes.
So, solar inverters, well, they are connected to, now connected devices. So, why does that make them a cybersecurity concern?
Okay. So, we have, for some reason, no, the incidents reported also have increased. I guess because the solar technology is being adopted talaga. So similar to the fires, sobrang bihira naman, di ba? It's not a common experience where there are cybersecurity threats. But again, for businesses and ideally homes, you want to minimize that risk. So for cybersecurity risk, it's really the connected device that we have at home. So right now, most traditional inverters will encourage you to connect your device to your Wi-Fi so that you can monitor the performance of your system. And rightly so, dapat, I know, the data is there, you might as well have it on your phone or your device na, okay, may na-produce akong energy today, na-export ko, napunta sa battery ko, etc. Now, the caveat or the cost of that sometimes is you're now exposed to the internet. You're now connected to online. Right? And so there have been incidents where hackers have been able to shut down remotely the inverters. And in some cases, it's even worse where they will ransomware. Basically, okay, well, you can turn it on if you pay me. Right? So, again, these things don't happen very often, but
Pero meron nang
meron
nangyari.
na. Oo.
Okay.
And the fact na that one is like an extreme case, but let's say the more moderate case of data, right? What if somebody, hindi niya sinabotage yung system mo, pero kumuha siya ng data, right?
Pwede pala.
Oh,
yun.
nahack niya yung inverter so they know your energy consumption. Nakita nila na may EV ka, nagcha-charge ka ng electric vehicle, di ba? Or something like an appliance that might be high value. Then they can target you or profile you, etc. So data cybersecurity, these are modern concerns, but by design, SolarEdge has always had that eye out to secure the system even from a cybersecurity perspective. So we have actually over 3,000 employees globally, and we have a whole cybersecurity unit dedicated on, okay, how can we prevent this at the device level, and then at a connectivity level, and then how do we respond in case of threats? Kasi nga, we serve a lot of, let's say, clients, including military clients. So, may mga ganyan na concern na matagal na sa kanila. It's not a new threat, right? But all of us who use SolarEdge products are benefiting from that same cybersecurity protection.
So, can you share with us mga real examples? Kasi, sabi mo nga, hindi naman ganun ka-often, but there are already incidences of mga cybersecurity attacks na hindi naman nangyari dito sa Philippines, diba? But elsewhere. But can you share how?
Yeah, so that was one yung ransomware na parang okay, system shutdown, but then if you pay us, we will turn it on again or they changed the password. Basically, they hacked in, they changed the password. Now the owner cannot log in and cannot start the device, diba? So that's a scary place to be. Thankfully, diba? Technically kasi you can even manipulate some aspects of the inverter to actually cause more risk. Na meaning, okay, turn off mo yung safety, for example, and then it becomes a fire risk. So you can actually weaponize in some very rare cases na parang kung talagang malicious yung intent, right? That's how far it could go. But at least, thankfully, currently, the cases that we've seen are usually data and ransomware, and also, let's say, debilitating, let's say, deactivating certain plants remotely. So yeah.
And that's something that can also happen here in the Philippines. How vulnerable are we?
So again, similar to the physical safety problem, where kasama rin dun sa prevention is yung pag-train sa installers, right? So here in the cybersecurity, kasama rin naman sa prevention is, we set strong passwords. We always hear this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yung password 1, 2, 3, 4, diba? Yung mga ganyan. At 2025.
Saka meron pa noon yung ano pa. Basta birthday mo. Bawal yung mga ganon.
So, may
diba?
mga ganon na user responsibilities. Right? But also, syempre, from a manufacturing point of view, some of these other inverters kasi, pag malapit ka sa inverter, na-detect mo na yung Wi-Fi ng inverter. So that becomes a risk. So that's a very simple, basic thing. But SolarEdge automatically turns that off so that physically, when you come near our inverters, you can't necessarily access it. And then, of course, there's identity where there are authorized users who can access the technology. There's passwords. And there's also device-level security where it's a certain authorized device with a two-factor authentication process. So yeah, and then of course, like I mentioned, the response time also. We provide support in the event of these cybersecurity attacks. So meron din kaming in-house team na our business clients can say, hey, we were attacked for some reason. number one, our system can detect the attack. Kasi other systems, baka hindi na nila alam
Oo.
na-infiltrate na
Oo.
bago na yung password, walang alarm system, walang alert na something cyber is already happening or someone's attempting a cyber threat. So, there's many stages to that. So, we can already give feedback. The system has intelligence to give warning signs that, hey, it's possible that someone's trying to hack into
Parang
your
lang
account.
palang credit card
Yes,
diba?
diba
Yung
may
may alert
fraud.
ka, you're making a transaction,
Yes.
text, ginto-ginto if
Oo.
you're
Don't,
hindi,
we will never send you links. Diba? Mga
correct,
ganyan.
oo. Yung system that you mentioned, is that the SyberEdge?
Yes. So it's something that we've always had, but again, it just became more popular now in the face of actual threats. But from the mindset of our founders and our technology team and our R&D team, cybersecurity has always been critical.
Alam mo, kailangan yun dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi ang gagaling ng mga hackers sa atin.
Yes. Actually,
Diba?
that's why SolarEdge in the Philippines, we've only been here for less than maybe 7, 8 years. But we're already preferred by large malls, by large chains of malls. Kasi nga, yung integrated monitoring system provides that safety in terms of alerts ng physical safety and alerts ng cybersecurity. And the dashboard, actually, we can coordinate with the business owner across multiple sites. Diba? Let's say, large retailer na may sites across the Philippines. One view lang, you can see all of the sites. Okay, may nangyari dito. May support level 1, 2, 3. Diba? Ano ba yung kailangan gawin?
Yung totoo, may attempt na ba sa mga clients nyo dito sa Philippines? May attempt na to
I'm not sure I
Ay,
can disclose.
meron na ba kayong na-alert?
I can neither confirm nor deny. No, syempre kasi we have agreements with our clients.
Okay.
But let's just say that I highly recommend that business owners and even residences consider the cyber side. Diba? Kasi in a sense, similar to like other technology, social media, etc. There's a risk to being connected. There's a benefit, but there's a risk. So, as long as you understand the risk, then it's your call, right? So, we're here to help people understand the risk, but we're also equipped with solutions so that you can still enjoy the benefits of connectivity while minimizing the risk.
Anong profile ng mga clients nyo, na corporate clients nyo? They're malls?
Yeah, so they have press releases. So the SM Group, the Walter Mart Group, Coca-Cola, Alaska. So a lot of big brands, over 100 megawatts, which is over 100,000 kilowatts of installed capacity already, and growing. A bunch of Shell gas stations, Jollibee. So the biggest brands tend to value security and system longevity. Diba na I don't mind paying a premium or getting the best technology or extending the warranty, diba? If it means peace of mind.
Yeah.
Right? So, yun lang talaga kasi extra na yung savings nila right? They're big businesses. Extra na lang yung savings. So, why will I put risk in the savings part? De-risk ko na yan para I can enjoy the savings without having to think of it.
Correct.
So that's what we want to provide here in the Philippines, na peace of mind na, naka-SolarEdge naman ako right? And then, of course, yung installer ko, trained and certified naman. And then, yung provider ko is established, meaning I can reach out to them after sales. Diba? Kung 10 years, 12 years yung warranty, will my installer be there in 10, 12 years? So, as long as those answers are pretty much yes, then it's a good sign for the customer.
Yung household, di ba, you mentioned you have household customers.
Yes.
Also. Kamusta yung take-up?
Yeah, good. A lot of expats kasi nga, kunyari, yan na yung ginagamit
Alam na
nila
kasi
sa
nila,
US
oo.
or sa Australia or sa Europe, diba? Naka-SolarEdge na sila. So they are also familiar with the system, the monitoring side na alam na nilang interface. So, but also a lot of local Filipinos who are more, yun nga, risk averse and more, I would say, uh, parang willing to invest. Diba? Yeah.
Pero may price difference kung
Yeah, it's on the premium side, but not so far. And kumbaga kapar niya yung mga ibang premium brands. And of course, syempre, biased ako. It's still better in terms of the features. Kasi, again, aside from cybersecurity team, we also have an R&D team based in Israel. We're really the pioneers. We invented the optimizer technology, but we're continuing to be the leader in that technology. So, like the largest, kasi mga panels ngayon, palaki yung capacity. So our optimizers can accommodate the latest panels. Kasi yung mga ibang technologies, baka hindi na nila kaya yung malaking output ng panels. So we're leading also in that aspect.
I ask about yung mga households. Kasi, syempre, yung purchasing power nila hindi naman kasi malaki naman.
Yeah. So actually, what's nice about the ecosystem in the Philippines now is they're getting smarter, right? The consumers are getting smarter. So again, if I'm paying a little bit to extend the warranty, but that means I won't buy another whole inverter in 5 years.
Yeah.
Total life cycle cost is lower. And total life cycle harvest is higher. So it's really usually like how much time do you have, diba? When I talk to homeowners, it's like, okay, do you want the short-term ROI or do you want the long-term ROI? Right? So, yun. Usually it's a trade-off. But yeah, affordability, there are other ways to also achieve affordability. For example, na may mga providers na meron ng payment plans. Right? So you don't necessarily feel the upfront total cost, but you still enjoy the value of the lifetime warranties.
So with global regulations like Europe's RED 3.3 and the UK's PSTI Act emerging, how is SolarEdge preparing for stronger cyber compliance in markets like the Philippines?
Right. So we're very much advanced. Thank you for being aware about that. But yeah, our teams in Europe and the US are already compliant, right? So we're ahead of the curve because in SolarEdge, we have also hired cybersecurity experts from the cybersecurity tech industry, right? So we have in-house expertise now that are part of even shaping those codes, right? And those standards globally. So again, downstream dito sa Philippines, developing country, we enjoy all of these innovations. We enjoy all of these technology upgrades. So every version na lumalabas ng SolarEdge is already compliant to these US and Europe cybersecurity standards. So yun, not to mention data privacy also, right? So it's really hard for me to identify another provider that also has that level of parang meticulousness and carefulness to have forward compliance to these emerging regulations. So yeah, I think that's another risk actually when you think about it. If businesses buy a system that's compliant today, and then that system becomes non-compliant in 5 years, will they have to add another third-party solution para ma-close yung gap na yun? Diba? So, yeah, that's a good point that you raised. No? Parang okay yung mga businesses that really consider, okay, longevity and R&D track record, I would say.
Ang bilis na rin kasi ng palit ng technology, ng
Yes.
regulations,
Yes.
diba? So you really have to keep up with that.
Correct.
Kung hindi man be 5 steps ahead, 10 steps
Yes.
ahead, diba?
Oo. Yun nga eh. And yun nga, that's when you look at the company na and the brand. Right? Na, is this a brand that values R&D, safety? Are they up to date? Diba? And I would say yes, we tick those boxes.
So for those who still don't, I mean, for those who still don't view safety and, sorry. So for those who still view safety and performance as trade-offs, how does SolarEdge prove that smart, secure systems can also deliver higher ROI?
Yes. So for
Kumbaga sa mga nagtitipid pa
correct,
din.
correct. Okay, kasi there's one common trade-off when it comes to traditional systems, when it comes to the optimizing of every panel, right? So again, we pioneered optimizer technology, and solar edge optimizers are not just safety devices. First and foremost, they're actually optimizing the harvest of every panel. So in traditional systems, again, string ano yan, configuration. When, for example, may ulap or may puno na nag-cast ng shadow dun sa isang panel, tapos let's say 10 yung panels na yan, yung one panel naging 70%, the maximum that you can draw from the other panels is also 70% because they're in a series. So, sayang yung potential ng ibang panels in that string. Now, with optimizer technology, it individualizes the output. So, yung 70%, isang panel lang. Yung 90%, nakuha pa rin ni optimizer. Yung isa 95, yung isa 98, yung isa 80. Individualized, module level optimizing of energy. So, okay, mas mahal siya today, pero imagine, 70%, let's say, that happens twice a day, na may ulap or may umulan or, diba, over 25 years. So when you look at the lifetime harvest, meaning how much energy you generated over the lifetime of the system, SolarEdge outperforms. In most cases, I haven't seen really a strong contender when it comes to lifetime harvest.
So how do AI-driven optimization, monitoring, and battery integration give businesses greater control and energy independence?
Yeah. So we live in a world of
Yes,
AI.
Grabe, no?
Yes, ang bilis.
Grabe.
Grabe. I mean, of course, in journalism,
Yeah, I know.
diba? Parang in creation, content creation, yeah. But when you think about AI at its core, it's machine learning, right? It's understanding what are the common problems, issues, and how can we optimize across different, let's say, geographies, different site conditions, diba? So currently with the SolarEdge solution, the monitoring platform is now equipped to automatically send updates and alerts in line with even, let's say, weather station forecast. Diba? Like local weather conditions. Parang, okay, maulan, so it makes sense. Hindi maulan, pero bumaba yung performance ng isa. Oh, you might want to check your panel. Oh, you might want to check this system or this inverter or this optimizer. So yung monitoring is also at the panel level. Meaning, the system now is smart enough to tell you, maybe you should look into this. Right? Let's say, and it's specific enough to say, when you go on your roof, tignan mo yung pangalawang panel. Right? So a lot of installers, a lot of operation and maintenance people spend time checking each panel. Again, because traditional inverters don't know, they can't identify at the panel level. Alam lang nila na parang bumaba this month or bumaba today, right? And then they go up with their tools and check, aling panel ba yung may sira? So with SolarEdge, you can already know before you go, right? And that saves on mobilization cost. It saves also on treating the problem. Kasi prioritization yan eh. Minsan, it's just a minor issue. Hindi mo pa kailangan puntahan. But if it's a major issue, it's worth the truck roll cost, what we call, yung pag-mobilize ng tao to solve it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kasi, so I joined them this year, and prior to that, wala namang spokesperson for the brand. And ako rin, mismo, when I came in, that's when I gained appreciation for the brand. That apparently is number one in the US and other developed countries. So, So it's really more of an awareness, I think, na once Filipinos know that, hey, they have a US brand option and, it's NASDAQ listed, it's compliant to every rule and regulation, then at least it's added to the consideration. Diba?
Totoo. Kasi yung sa amin, titingnan mo lang, pipindutin lang ng anak ko kung puno na yung battery. Mommy, we can turn on the aircon.
Yeah. Actually, that's what's exciting din about it, diba? Na
Oo.
once you can see, oh, your battery is full, but it's full because you didn't charge your EV today or because you didn't turn on aircon number 2. So, ganun in other countries that maximize our technology. Kasi in the States, meron pa kaming mga EV chargers, naka-integrate siya sa smart switches. So, your home is really actually monitored. So, at some point, we'll also roll that out here, where even the smart devices, the smart home itself, you already see the energy behaviors. And yun yung insights. Diba?
Oo.
What time is best to, magplan siya. Diba? Or mag-washing machine.
Oo.
So,
Tsaka, I like yung sinabi mo about, kunyari, yung isang panel, it's not generating that much.
Diba?
At least, alam mo na
Yes.
kung bakit.
And you know what? That also helps
At
businesses.
kung ano mismo, di ba,
Correct,
ng panel
correct.
yon.
And diba yung panels, meron din silang warranty.
Oo.
So ang ganda kasi a lot of our customers now, because they have module level data, they have proof to say to the panel supplier, hey, biglang bumaba. And it's not our fault, walang nangyari. We didn't really do anything. So this is a performance issue on your item and is eligible for the warranty claim. So they're using SolarEdge data to prove to their supplier na palitan nyo.
Oo.
Right? So again, hindi naman yun yung pakay namin per se, but that becomes a useful way to use our data.
Alam mo, ngayon ko lang nga nalaman, Koji, when we were talking, di ba? Na
Yes.
pag nalagyan pala ng bird poop yun, bumababa din yung kanyang
Yes.
performance efficiency. Oo.
Oh.
Yun pala yun.
So within the panel, diba? The panel kasi also has its own circuits.
Yes.
Diba? So if one part is soiled, tawag namin dyan soiling.
Soiling.
In general, kasi
Okay.
pwede namang ipot ng ibon, pwede rin siyang, in other countries, snow, sand, sometimes
Sand,
it's
yes,
like, nasa malapit sa mining site or polluted dust, ganyan. It affects the output of the module, the panel.
So, if you have the SolarEdge,
Yes, at least alam mo.
alam mo na, ito, tapos,
Right.
pero can be it that, hindi naman ganun magiging specific na, yung performance niya bumababa because of, kunyari, soiling o ano. But it's just that, bumababa, itong panel na to ang mababa ang performance.
Yes, correct. And then, depending on the panel na yun, kung ano yung reason. Right? So, sometimes it's the panel itself, may mga lemon din na panel. Pero, at least you know. Tapos, over the years, alam mo rin, okay, how frequent do I have to clean? Diba? Kasi if it's really about you, like, ano yung matotolerate mo na pagbaba ng performance, diba? Kasi it can be twice a year, it can be once a year, it's your preference. And depending on the site, some sites, dahil malapit siya sa desierto or sa sand or sa soil, mas frequent, sometimes monthly. Ganyan.
Sorry, stupid question. Paano naman, kung may maintenance kasi ang solar panel, diba?
Yeah.
Yun nga, sabi mo,
Yes.
lilinisan siya. Di ba sila makukuryente to? Sorry, stupid
Yeah,
question.
that's a good
Di ba?
question. So actually, yun yung isa sa mga reasons why safe DC is important. Kasi if you want to go up on the roof and risk the electrocution from the wiring,
Kasi, kunyari,
Exactly.
hindi ka naman maglilinis sa gabi, di ba?
Papatayin mo.
Oo.
So, papatayin mo yung inverter. In our case, when you turn off the AC side, sa safe DC na siya kagad. So, simple lang. I mean, it's very user-friendly. Siyempre, in-off mo, you're expecting off din doon. But in reality, traditional inverters, pag in-off mo, hindi siya mag-off eh. As long as tinatamaan siya ng ilaw.
Oo.
Live wire yun eh.
Oo.
Live wire yun. Nag-off lang yung pag-convert niya to AC. Pero hindi nag-off yung wire. So, delikado yun.
Okay, kasi, di Di ako nakikinig. Talaga ba sinabi ng, di ako nakikinig sa electrical engineer. Basta nakikita ko lang, sige, okay, fine.
Of
Di
course,
ako
it's still,
gumastos.
I would
ganyan.
still recommend, di ba, si business, especially for businesses, they usually find an O&M contractor na trained din na maglinis, trained din na mag-inspect. Usually may analysis yan, may report, ganyan. And increasingly, meron na rin for residential. We can probably find someone who can provide that service na lang. Para hindi na ikaw or yung helper or, driver.
Mamaya maprito siya doon,
diba?
ano?
Oo, yeah.
Naging fried chicken yung nalilinis.
Sa kagustuhan nating makatipid. Diba? May panganib pala.
Kaya nga.
So yun yung we're really advocating for awareness.
Pwede yung angel ka maglilinis sa solar panel namin.
Hindi pwede.
O sige, hindi na lang ako ng recommendation kay Koji. Baka mamaya maprito si Giselle.
Ideally, professional pa rin yung gagawa. Yung frequency lang, di ba? Mas alam mo na, okay, I have to spend, but I don't have to spend so often.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi pa naman mababa yung performance.
So what kind of after sales? Ayan,
Yeah.
speaking of after sales. So what kind of other after sales and technical support can Filipino clients expect from installation to long-term operation from SolarEdge?
Okay, so beginning last year, 2024, we've beefed up our local presence. So previously, representatives from other countries would come pa to close deals and to actually arrange distribution here. So, but now, since last year, we have local SolarEdge sales managers, so that's me, and then also a service team, a service manager and engineer that provides additional support. Kasi may frontline support na tayo through our distributors. So we actually have accredited and certified distributors and service partners in the Philippines. Na when you source from them, they will be the first responders. But beyond that, meron pa kami. So we're 3 right now that coordinate with our global team and regional team as the parang escalation point na, okay, kung hindi kaya, which is a very rare case na hindi kaya ng service partners namin or ng supply partners namin locally, then we can also provide additional support. So, yun, again, that's a message that I've been sort of repeating, that SolarEdge is here. Yeah. We're not like other brands that are here, but you kind of pagdating sa na-install mo na, you have to email and you have to wait for responsiveness. So we actually have people on the ground to facilitate that communication when necessary.
So SolarEdge is ranked among the most sustainable companies. What does that recognition mean for your customers?
I love this question kasi it really goes to the heart of why are you going solar, right?
Yeah.
So one reason is you want to save on energy bills. And that's 99%, diba? We all want to save, right? But the other is also the sustainability of it. Diba? Na we're shifting from non-renewable energy sources to a renewable energy source. Araw na, diba? The sun is giving you energy in your home or business. And aside from sustainability, it's the distributed nature. Na you don't have to buy it from a plant far away. You're producing it right where you need it, right? So that technology and the motivations of our clients and the awareness of our clients reflect an attitude towards sustainability and the natural environment. So when SolarEdge is recognized for sustainable practices, that reflects also the entire life cycle of our manufacturing. Now, we're also responsible in the way we consume energy at our own factories, source energy, and also even recycle at end of life. So, yeah, again, we're a publicly listed company, so we're heavily scrutinized, and we're ever compliant with the evolving expectations of governments and markets globally. So yun, I think that's parang a benchmark that customers can expect and rely on.
ESG reporting is becoming standard in business. In fact, diba yung mga investors, they're looking into ESG, mga scorecards nila, diba? So how do solar edge systems help companies measure and report the renewable energy?
Yes. So the measurement, as I mentioned, is at a per panel. You can't get more granular in terms of data than with SolarEdge. Kasi from all your sites, it's integrated. You see how much you're producing, and the system also has a ready carbon footprint analysis. So mas madali na to the ESG reporting people. They don't have to do back of paper calculation or add another spreadsheet to layer the data to sort of extract what they need for the reporting. So across multiple sites, and I think that's also the reason why a lot of these small chains are going with us. Kasi it's integrated. You can see all of the sites in one dashboard. You can grant access to your sustainability manager, ESG reporter, or analyst. Diba? And they can just pull data through APIs or through the system, download as Excel, CSV. So it's now than more than ever, we're enabling companies to track and report the impact that they're having on their carbon footprint.
And beyond the savings, ba? Yun yung may
Yes,
important thing.
yes.
Beyond the
Oo, kasi
savings.
if it were sourced from other sources, diba, then now you can make an analysis. Sa solar mo na siya kinuha. That therefore, it's equivalent to planting a number of trees or,
Yeah.
diba?
Beyond consumption, beyond savings,
Yes.
yun naman ang importante talaga.
Yes. And eventually, when there's a carbon market, let's say, na may mga green certification, maybe standards for sustainable design in the building, madali na siyang i-comply. Ito, i-print ko lang yung report ni SolarEdge, i-attach ko lang
May
sa
data ka na
may data ka na.
available.
Yes.
Sasabi lang ni Joseph Dariaga, data-driven lagi.
Data.
dapat.
Oo, data. And of course, over time, nakikita rin, nadjustify din yung purchase nila ng SolarEdge. Kasi, okay, o nga no, let's say they had older systems using traditional inverters before. Nakikita nila yung difference ng how we degrade slower than other systems. Kasi parating may wear and tear yan eh. But over time, as long as the optimizers are there, we're maximizing every drop of sunlight. Parang ganun.
So how do US-based production and strict quality standards translate into reliability for markets like the Philippines?
A lot. They translate a lot. It's actually, in a sense, it's a shorthand. Kasi alam mo naman na made in the US, compliant to US standards. That's a very convenient way to say, okay, this is high quality products. I guess the alternative kasi, right now, we're seeing a lot of concern from developers. I've heard this when I talk to them, na down to the, for example, labor practices, right, of the manufacturing of other components, naba-blacklist. They will not buy this brand because it has been reported that so-and-so company had this certain practice or non-compliance in some area. So at least yung peace of mind again, it comes back to that na, okay, SolarEdge, all of our production now is migrating to the US. We have 3.5, like there's another 4th plant being installed already, being built. So these are actual US made devices, right? So yun, the peace of mind that comes from passing all of those regulations. Also the support, diba? Kasi we know that, okay, this is where it's made. Meron ding accountability in terms of honoring warranty claims, diba? Honoring customer feedback, right? Taking that into consideration in future iterations of the product. So yeah, I think it's a brand that is very trusted in developed markets. And I really feel like the Philippines is benefiting from all of these standards in diba, more advanced markets. So now, pwede na tayong mag-jump to the best, diba? Even as a developing country.
Kanina nga, di ba, you mentioned that you're helping companies increase yung ESG scorecard nila.
Mm.
Paano mo gagawin yun kung US ESG scorecard
Exactly.
ng company, mababa,
Correct,
diba?
correct. And yun nga, there are, di ba, may mga scope 1, scope 2, scope
Yeah.
3, reporting, and sometimes companies also have the standard that, okay, not just us, but we want our suppliers to be compliant to sustainability goals, right? So with SolarEdge, check na yun, right? So actually, a lot of what we're doing is accrediting as a vendor to these companies because yun nga, some of them are still not aware that we're here. We're an easy option for reliable and safe solutions.
So as the industry grows, what can local EPCs, installers, and regulators do to raise safety standards across the
A lot. And so I think the first is awareness, right? I think because the industry tends to work in silos, diba? One developer, one installer focuses on their own projects or their own clients. Um, there's not a lot of uh, communication between and within the industry. So industry associations like PISEA, there's organizations like ASIP that organize installers to talk and be aware. So I think awareness is number one. Awareness of all the options, right? What does the market offer? What are the key features? What are the benefits of one product over another product? In what cases is this product worth it, diba? Or what standard should we work to implement? So awareness, and then coordination and communication. I also am invited to other parang solar community meetups, kanyan, where I've had to remind installers na it's too early na maging competitive tayo masyado sa isa't isa. Right? Kasi, 'di ba, I'm sort of like like you mentioned, parang career coach and also consultant to these companies, no? And the market is so huge in the Philippines para masyadong maging secretive sa best practices that can benefit everyone.
Yeah. Oo.
Right? So it's really a mindset also. So awareness, what's the best practice in other developed countries, but also yung openness and collaboration to ensure and solve that all of us get better at installing and deploying solar. So, yun, I think there's a lot of room for that right now. Kasi maaga pa eh.
Yeah.
And so, of course, for our government agencies, they often ask industry input sa mga policies. So I really appreciate that fact na at least in the energy sector, the government agencies are very open to dialogue. And they sort of have us review, ito yung gusto namin gawing policy. So it's dynamic, and I'm seeing that as a good framework and groundwork for collaboration and better industry standards. And then, of course, aside from the industry itself, the consumers, right? Awareness at the consumer level, like yourself, diba? Being curious about ano pa ba yung meron and what is the trade-off, right? Okay,
Yeah.
kasi, diba, I want everyone to enjoy solar. So there might be situations where the affordable option is okay,
Yeah.
right?
Oo.
For them to start enjoying the benefits. But again, if your standard is, long term and you're able to afford it naman, why not, diba, be offered or have in your consideration the more advanced technologies na mas future-proof.
If there's more awareness of the risk and better appreciation of the benefits,
Yes.
then everybody will benefit
Yes.
from it,
Oo.
diba?
And the
industry
consumer,
will grow.
yes.
Yes.
The consumer will demand
Correct.
the legislation or the standards, diba? Kasi in a sense, no, okay, marunong ako and maganda yung pag-install sa bahay ko, pero gusto ko alam din ng kapitbahay ko kasi pag nagkasunog dyan,
Tama.
damay ako eh.
Oo.
So,
Oo.
we cannot be islands
Yes.
when we think about safety. At some point, if the consumer is aware, they will also raise community awareness, and LGUs will also, implement, I guess, more proactive measures and policies. And then, of course, national government as well. So I'm very optimistic naman na that's the direction we're going in, which is why I'm here. So the awareness push is something that thankfully I enjoy, and parang it's something that I feel is critical for, especially I feel like an old timer kasi over a decade na ako here. For us who have been in the industry for a while, a lot of us are now doing this more awareness push.
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi nga we realize that it's a whole ecosystem that will demand a higher standard.
And what I appreciate about our conversation is that you're not only parang not selling SolarEdge,
Yes,
but
yes.
talagang awareness nga eh.
Yeah, oo.
Awareness of the issues, awareness
Right.
of the risks, diba?
We're one of many
Yeah.
providers, and it's important for there to be innovation, right? But at the end of the day, does the consumer have the awareness to make a right decision? Right. So yun, that's what I'm advocating for as well.
So what's your key message to Filipino companies ready to go solar today?
Do your homework. Look at your options, right? Ask people who have done it before, and make the decision, right? If you're ready, if you have a budget allocation, go for it. There are a lot of solutions today like power purchase agreements where wala kang capital, wala kang out-of-pocket expense, and you just pay for the kilowatt hours produced by the solar. The sooner you start, the sooner you will benefit from solar.
Pero una, do your homework.
Do your homework.
Do your homework.
Do
Know
your
the
homework.
risks.
Know the risks. Evaluate the technologies, and then also evaluate the installers. Yun. So, ganun siya. Pag na-align mo na the right technology with the right installation engineering partner, and then of course, after the sale, the right partners after sales, maintenance, you should be good, di ba? So, I would say, aim for peace of mind.
Aim for peace of mind. Yes, that's right. Okay, quick fire. Yeah, this is my favorite. This is my favorite part.
Ano ba to?
What's the first word that pops into your head when you hear solar? SolarEdge. What's the first?
First word, inevitable.
Inevitable. I like that. If your mood today were a battery level, what percentage would it be?
Fully charged.
Fully charged. Diba? Fully charged.
Fully charged and ready
hindi-
for the future.
Ready for the future. Hindi kailangan kumuha sa grid.
Yes,
Fully
yes.
charged.
Independent. Self-producing.
Yes. In one word, describe the Philippines' solar future.
Wow. I'm sure people have already said bright. So I'll choose exciting.
Yun nga actually yung pinakaano natin. Versus wind, versus
Yeah.
hydro. It's really solar.
Yeah, it's exciting. And it's gonna be more and more ubiquitous, more and more elegant. So it's parang hindi mawa-waste yung pag-investigate mo ng solar today. So if you're learning about solar, it's worth it. If you're investing in solar, it's worth it. Just go for it. Congrats.
Nakita ko na yung Beralco bill namin. So worth it.
Yes, congrats.
What's the biggest solar myth you'd love to debunk once and for all?
The myth is it's expensive, right? Why will a technology that gives you savings for 25 years be expensive? Right? Think about it. Do you ever say, ang mahal naman ng kotse, ang mahal naman ng bahay? Right? Hindi eh. But masasabihin mahal ng solar when as soon as you install it, it starts coming back to you. What you just spent yesterday as soon as the sun shines, is coming back to you in the form of savings. And in many of these systems, your ROI is 5 years. So, in 25 years, 5 times ka nag-ROI. You don't just get it back. You get it back 5 times. So, when I say that to people, they're like, talaga, no? Oo nga, no?
At saka hindi naman bumababa.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You resell your home, may solar na siya.
Exactly. Mas mataas mo pa siyang pwede ibenta, i-rent out.
Yes.
Okay. So, hindi
Myth busted. It's not expensive.
Kasi hindi rin ako nagbayad ng solar na.
Congrats.
Kaya hindi mahal siya.
Maganda kung may nagsusponsor.
Maghanap tayo ng sponsor.
Yes.
Be honest, who's the real MVP? The panel or the inverter?
Wow! Hindi ko nakita yung question na yun. The inverter. Inverter pa rin. Kasi, kailangan ba i-explain?
Kung meron ka, parang, if you're going to invest in something more expensive, would you invest in panel?
Yeah.
Top of the line panel or top of the line?
Pwedeng both. Pero yeah, definitely more important yung inverter. Kasi it's around 11% of the entire system cost. But it monitors and converts everything. So it's like the brain of the system. So, I don't think I'm biased in that answer. Most people will probably say kung sa car parang yun yung akin. So dapat hindi picture yung
Important ang brain.
Important.
Tao nga pag na brain dead, wala na lahat.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Yes, extreme cases.
So, yun na. Nanalo ng inverter.
Yes. Pag namatay yung inverter, wala talaga. All of the panels will not be converted.
Oh, ayan ha. Invest in inverter.
Smart.
In solar.
Choose a smart inverter. Yes, for sure.
What fuels you better? Coffee or sunlight?
Wow, sunlight. I'm a big fan of vitamin D in the morning. I run. So, yeah. Sunlight. Kasi also sa solar sa bahay.
Yung iba kasi, they run away from the sunlight eh. So, ikaw, talaga early morning.
I love that. It's, vitamin D.
Alam mo, totoo yan. Because, when I was undergoing chemo,
yes.
Isa rin yan sinabi sa akin na if you want to be energized, when you're feeling like, when you feel fine na, kasi may mga times talaga, di ba, anong-ano ka, talagang tawag dito, you just want to lie down. But if sinabi sa akin ng oncologist ko, and other survivors also, if you're up to it, you can, ang gawin mo, pumunta ka talaga sa veranda, sunlight energy.
Yes.
At pumasok ka
sa sunlight tayo.
Pumasok ka sa trabaho.
Yes. With the energy. With the natural energy.
Correct.
Blooming ka na.
Totoo. What song best describes your work energy at SolarEdge?
Wow.
Sasabayan mo ng sample yan.
What? Sorry, what song?
What song best describes your work energy at SolarEdge?
Here Comes the Sun.
Ay, oo nga.
Beatles.
Sample.
Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright.
Oh, diba?
Alright with
It's alright.
SolarEdge.
Okay, next. If you weren't working in solar, what industry would you be optimizing?
Wow.
Next na to.
I love that.
Or do you see yourself retiring in this industry?
It's actually hard to leave this industry. I guess with a lot of us pouring our lives into it and our brain power and even our network. Kumbaga, most of my network already see me as the solar guy. So it's very hard to leave. But if I did, it would probably be impact related, nation building related. Kasi nga, one of the reasons why I'm in solar in the first place is to really provide a better future, lower cost of energy to Filipinos. So, malaking mission yun na matagal ma-accomplish. So, that's why I will likely stay here as long as I can.
What's one gadget or tech innovation you can
Phone pa rin?
pa rin?
Yeah.
Grabe, no?
Yeah, grabe. Especially with AI. So,
Oo.
AI is now on our mobile devices. So, you're consulting it. Every now and then, you're brainstorming with AI. You're strategizing with AI.
Totoo. Pagka meron akong meeting, tapos medyo kailangan ko ng background, hindi na nga Google.
Yeah,
It's really
exactly.
ChatGPT. Can you give me a background on this company?
Exactly.
What can I ask? What can I follow up? Ano na bang lumabas?
Right, right. And then yung, di ba dati yung SEO, you're optimizing the search engine.
Yes.
Ngayon,
May
meron ng
AI.
AEO, parang optimize your brand to be the first
Yes.
of top of mind ng AI.
Correct. And
That's
that's what we're doing in Power Fit.
Oh, wow. Congrats. Kaya pala I see you everywhere.
Yes, of course. So,
Yes. Join the Power Philippines Viber community and follow us.
correct.
Follow
Thank you, Koji.
Yes.
So, finish the sentence. The best kind of energy is...
That's sustainable. So, hindi lang yung energy for today. Pero yung energy na kaya mong panghugutan for every circumstance. So, we need to find the energy that will sustain us over the long period of time.
So, tumabi ka rin sa taong ang energy ay sustainable.
Yes!
Diba?
Hindi yung up and down.
Yes.
Or down, down, down. Diba? May mga energies drain tayo.
Correct.
Doon tayo sa sustainable. Sige, go. Kaya pa.
Correct. Thank you, Koji. As Koji reminded us today, the future of solar isn't just bright, it's intelligent. When safety, cybersecurity, and sustainability come together, we don't just power businesses, we power trust. With companies like SolarEdge leading this smarter energy revolution, the Philippines' clean energy transition is not only shining brighter, it's shining safer. Because real power isn't just about generating energy, it's about protecting it. If this conversation inspired you, follow the Power Podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and LinkedIn for more stories that illuminate the people behind the Philippines' energy transformation. Also, don't forget to subscribe, share, and follow Power Philippines on Facebook and LinkedIn for more updates. For your comments and suggestions, shoot us a message on Power Philippines Facebook Messenger account or email us at news.powerph@gmail.com. And of course, stay updated on the country's energy sector by visiting powerphilippines.com and by liking us on Facebook. If you want to view this podcast again, check out our YouTube channel at Power Philippines News. I'm Mayie Tanglao, and this has been the Power Podcast.